Check, check. Yeah, so now I got 2 cameras, which is pretty sweet. So I'm pretty hyped on that. So yeah, we're gonna do the usual thing, usual dealy. Working on it every day. So yeah, for this one, let's load up Ableton. So that's the lovely arpeggiator that comes with built in here. So you just turn that on and change the frequency. I kind of messed around with the tempo here. So yeah, I like what's going on there. So we can go through and let's try to record it. And I got kind of an idea. I was trying to find if I had any, which I should have somewhere, a sample kit that's like 8-bit or sounds more video game sounding, but since I don't have that, I'm just gonna make kind of standard, really standard sounding drums, and then I'll down res them using this built-in Ableton tool. I think it's called Redux. I can't remember the exact name, but it allows you to change the sample rate. So maybe we want this to be. Duplicate that, and we'll go find that effect I was talking about. I think it's called Redux. Yeah. So this has been around for a while. It's pretty cool. So bit reduction, we're going to turn that on, and I'm just going there, so let's add in some more, another keyboard layer here. So yeah. There's some like little solo over the top. Give it some flavor here. Let's call this solo chord. So yeah, we can have that be upbeat nature. I mix out the low of always gotta have my reverb. So I'm pretty happy with where this is. Which will become the name of this. So yeah, usually after that I'll do some slight mixing. That sounds pretty groovy to me. So it's like just exactly 15 seconds. I haven't done one that's that on point in a while. So then I'm going to name it. Add our date in here. Boom. Render that out. Can't forget to close out, because I did have that MIDI confusion thing. Now let's open up Touch. Yup, here we go. So immediately rename it. I'm just punching in a standard code here to get my noise kind of going. It's going way too fast. I want something way slower. Gonna change the period. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I can add in some of that. Immediately want to add in a feedback. So put in a level now so I can dial that down. Put in an add. So feedback on itself. So that's pretty noisy. It's a little bit too much, too crazy. Another thing sometimes I like to do is you can put a transform in here that'll really, even just changing it by that much, will cause some funkiness to happen. See, I'm just kind of screwing around with some of the parameters, seeing what these different things I can shake out of this. Get kind of a different look. Still, it's pretty simple. I think I liked it better when it was the bigger video. It was 10. Turn this way down. This is something I've never tried to do. Throw a displacement in there. Oh, that certainly has a crazy effect on it. If I flip-flopped and went like that, this is somehow down-resing now, so got an up-res there. I think I got something kind of cool. It's all moving a little too fast, so slow this noise down. Usually just, yeah, because there's already so much going on. Just the noise factor here. I can offset it to a more now with my final piece here, maybe I'll control some of the black level. I might crank that up to help. Yeah, that looks pretty sweet to me. So yeah, I'm gonna probably ride with something like this, and you know, you can play with the feedback amount. Like if I turn this up all the way, there'll be a lot more artifacts and things going on, which actually looks pretty cool with it cranked up pretty high. So yeah, now I'm gonna record this in as a video where this is. Start to get that in there. I have no idea what the compression is going to do to this, but it'll probably crunch it and make it look terrible, because my last noise one came out just totally different than what it looked like on the machine. But I am kind of liking some of the patterns, so I hope some of it translates. At least you can see it here and defend me when I talk about how the compression killed my image or movie or whatever. Something I can do here is turn that up. Yeah, let's turn that up for the second pass here. So for pass 2, I've just cranked up the actual color of it, and now we're getting just some crazy feedback patterns. Looking very analog, old school, which is awesome. So I guess in short, experiment. That's a big part of it. I've never done displacement in a feedback loop like this, and it came out looking pretty terrific. Here it is, real heavy. So this is with it cranked at almost a little over full, so we're getting some really nuts stuff. This will probably all disappear in the compression, but still pretty sweet. I've been loving experimenting with the noise recently. So yeah, you can kind of see how that goes. Wow, extremely crazy. Alright, so now I'll probably take some photos of this crazy mode, because the nice thing is the photo stuff always kind of translates. PNGs being the size that they don't get much compression, and so it kind of is what it looks like. So maybe turn some of this down so I can get some of the more natural shots. Do a 2 here, 3, and I'll probably do my 4th one real crank down how we had it at the start. Save the project, save early, save often, all that. I don't know why it still says update there. Then I usually will go into Premiere, finalize my video, in its final form. I'm going to go locate those clips. Which they're in here. Oh, in here. So because there's 3, when I do this method, I usually make it pretty easy on myself. And I'll just grab all 3 of these and I'll change the speed and duration. To 5 seconds. So now they're all 5 seconds. Gonna unlock that. Luckily this is not much longer than 15 seconds, so the whole song will get in there. And then yeah, I just stack these clips. Let's hope the order looks cool. And I'll go in and shrink this down and shrink this over. Bring this over and save. Cool. So yeah, the crazy part comes at the end, which is fine. I'm cool with that. If there are any issues, it'll definitely be on that part, so maybe it'll get some at the beginning. You never know, it's a crapshoot. So now I'm going to export this. I've got my little thing that keeps it under the compression limitation. Name it Web 1. Now I'm going to export. I do the VBR2 pass. Like I said, anybody who wants to know, I mean, these are the settings right here. I've had success keeping it under the compression, although sometimes my own compression looks like terrible, so it depends. Then what I'll do is I'll go back over and I'll view that. You can see some of that compression is in there. It's not as bad. Yeah, it had some trouble with it, but I'm okay with that. So that's kind of what I'll ride with there. And that goes through and takes you through kind of setting up a daily. And yeah, while we're streaming, let's do one more. Let's try to do something kind of atmospheric. something in that range. Tempo, let's go down to 74 perhaps. Turn this to none. Turn this on. And here we go. Alright, so pretty simple little line. We'll call this the bass. Thing going on there, so I'm trying to fix that without making it sound too terrible. That to me sounds natural, more natural. Got kind of a deep bass here. I've loaded up a kick and a clap. Probably add in this hat as well. And we'll start by going like that. So let's roll with that. Now we're rocking. Shouts out Crap Lowe's. I don't say that name. We got one person. So yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of how that sounded. Check the B-side. I mean, the notes I played are pretty simple. Okay, so I think I found something in there that would be kind of funky to add. We'll just call this funky. So yeah, we'll just kind of experiment. There'll be something jammy that'll come through. Yeah, I think that was a pretty good one take. I was kind of off rhythm a little bit, but I think it worked. I can even move some of this on because it's not like I was horribly off. I was kind of perfectly off, but does not help for this. this one on too. Yeah, and set my 1. Well, let's zoom in here and set our 1-1 here. That'll solve a lot of problems. I wonder how this would sound, because I kind of fucked up playing that. Like this, and this can lead into that. I add on this drum bus. So yeah, we could do, could 8-bit that sound, which could be kind of cool, while I'm on that kick. So, because these are like micro arrangements, so what we're going to do, I really think the bass drives that one, so we're going to not bring that in until, oops, I don't know why that, don't do that to me. I think bringing that in later, maybe just having the funky part. had the old school ping pong on here. Do they still have that? Call this dark bell. It does have a real long dark delay bell in there. Yeah, that's like 25 seconds, so it's right in the realm. Not too much else I'd like to add in there. Sounds pretty crazy. Yeah, that's a fun one. We'd loop that part. But for now, we'll just leave it as the full thing. Render it out here. Dark bell. Save that. Save the changes. Yep. So I don't know. Let's see what comes up when you type dark bell. Whoa. A lot of dark bell bottoms come up, which is hilarious. I'm actually more interested in this type of thing. Is there one that's just like, can I just use this? It sort of looks like a bell. Bell image. Save that in. Change the name of this. Dark bell. Save as. And maybe this is the one I post today, because I haven't decided which one of those ones, I'll do. I'm actually going to keep most of this, because what I think I want to do is take that image and use the trace function here. This has happened to me before. I have no idea what goes on, but I can't see it. So let me mess around with this to get it to hopefully. What the hell? Do it like that. You can't even get the edge. Huh. It just doesn't like that image at all. Let's try this one, I guess. This one might be a little better. Alright, there we go. So this one didn't work. Now I've got like a bell-like image in there. You can kind of see that's what it looks like at the moment. Which I'm not even that mad at. That looks pretty cool to me. What I can do is play around with some of this color stuff too. One of the things I love is you can you have this channel color data, so I could take out or like remove most of the greens, and you see what that does. That makes this all the more kind of purple looking. And I could even have this transform because it's noise, so now that's obviously crazy because it's going way too fast, but what we can do is slow it down like even more, I think. There we go. So that's a pretty dark looking bell. Another thing sometimes you might want to do, because you just imported like a flat piece of geometry, you might want to extrude it. This was overkill, and also it killed off the front of it, so I'm just not going to worry about that. Now I'm going to make a sphere, put that into a sort, change the sort to random, put that into particle system. So now we have our little sprites generating. In here I'm going to add turbulence because turbulence looks cool. SOP 2. Put this into a null here, and that will be what we feed for our instance data. So I'm going to do some instancing here with my bells. That already looks kind of crazy. So that's what I have going right now. It would be cool if like they move back and forth, just that randomly did that. So what I'm going to do is put a merge in, because I know I'm going to add some data. Maybe I'll take just a wave, which is pretty simple. Now what I want to do is match the amount of samples, which luckily they both are the same. And now I'll go through in here, and I can change this to, I think I want it to rotate on the, well, let's see, if I go in here, rotate, that moves them this way, so I want Y, I believe. No, I want Z. So we want to change the Z here to be RZ. And we're going to make our amplitude, let's say 30, because it's going to go negative, and then we'll phase it. Now it's moving. Merge that in, and we can add this as our RZ. Now we got them all ringing the bell. essentially. Looks pretty crazy. Maybe I want to take some of the reds out. That's very blue. Turn some of that down and turn back up some of the red. Maybe I want them to feed back a little bit. Some blur here. Blur it a bit. And we could even do a little adjustment like such. Make a little crank here and a little crank there. Now when we add it back in here, we're going to use a level to crank some of the input of itself down so it doesn't overpower it, but this should, yeah, now I just need to attach that to it. Okay, that is crazy. That's a little bit too trippy. So let's scale that back in. Whoa. I don't even know what's going on here. This is like pretty crazy, as you can see. I didn't mean for it to get this wild, but it's pretty cool. And some of that is I can dial this back, and then it's not going to have as powerful an effect. But I do kind of like it right in that range. That looks pretty cool to me. And one of the things I'd probably want to do for this one is, it's got no background at the moment, there's already a lot going on. And that's another thing. I could probably generate like a quarter, and if I kind of redo this, definitely won't be as many. I guess just putting this on a black backdrop might be the best idea. Set this one up. So I'm adding in an over here to complete it, and then this is what we got for our dark bell. I think that looks pretty good. Change this a little. Too much. Alright, so yeah, I'd probably now go in here. We'll name this Dark Bell 1. Sometimes I remember to do this, sometimes I don't, but because I did, I'm going to save an image in here, date it, add that image in. Now we'll capture our first pass here. And so now we'll name 2. And I mean, I really don't think I'm gonna have to touch too much to make it pretty different. Like, this is already drastically different. So we'll do this as our second pass. Well, first we'll get an image. We got that, and now we'll do our second pass here. So like red trippiness. Pretty happy with how this one turned out. Again, not my original vision, but a lot of the times you can get to some cool places by experimenting and trying different things. Shout out to whoever made the original Bell image too. Not sure who works on vector stuff. I'm sure there's someone out there who's like, that's my vector image that he's using. Well, hit me up and I'll shout you out if you did work on that, because that is cool. We could like turn the blur down on this and see. That kind of changes some things. We could go in and that one looks pretty cool to me as well. So I'll save the third image here. And this will be the third pass. See kind of some different things. There's some weird glitch that's making it so like sometimes they just spawn all on top of each other. Like there's one right there. It's actually pretty cool. So again, sometimes you'll have stuff happen that shouldn't happen, but errors can be cool in graphics, and it can make an interesting effect. So I like all 3 of those. Saved. I'll quit out of that. Open up Premiere. Load that in. Go find my 3 passes. As you know, this is my little cheat method, so I know that this is going to be exactly 15 seconds, so I've just made 3 clips, and I'm going to maintain. I want everything that happened in that clip, but I'm going to shrink it down to 5 seconds. Now I'll take my original song that we worked on, unlink that, so this will just trim it down to the first 15 seconds, and then we'll plug in our dark bell particle thing. And here we go. That's another thing too, like, so that was cool, but I'd rather have it start right when that beat comes in, so I'm gonna try to remix this a little. Also, this was some of the clips were really fast, so I might have to go like this one. Maybe we'll change the speed. No, yeah, I need these to be linked. So I'm going to change this to, let's say, 15 seconds. And then I can just chop this clip down to be the 5 seconds, because that was a little too fast. I actually think I can do the same for this one, so I'm going to go in here, and it's still linked, so I can make it 15 seconds. And then I can just cut it down and then drop it back in. This should slow much better. Okay, so I'm happy with that now. Save. I'll add in my crossfade, exponential. Whoever came up with that, shout out, exponential audio algorithm person. Alright, like I said, I've got this little preset here. I'll export with the VBR 2 pass. Hit it. That's done now. Close out. See how much this one got compressed. Does not look that bad. That's pretty good. That was real crazy for it, but I think slowing it down helped. That's cool. So it came out nice. There I took you through kind of the full process of, you know, getting the daily images, and then those are the images will get uploaded to Twitter, and the movies will get uploaded to Instagram. And yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you learned something, and yeah, I'll see you at the next one. Have a good one. Peace.